All right, so we're doing another Dell Optiplex, particularly the 3010. I know I've done one before and people do it all the time, but this one's gonna actually be done slightly different. Not too much different, but slightly different. And we're gonna talk about that in just one sec. Going over the specs real quick, 120 SSD. We'll probably put a 500 gig mechanical hard drive in there for games, all that stuff. Asus GTX 760s. I mean, I'm finding these for anywhere from $20 to $30 on eBay. 40 is the high margin on of it. 3 gigs, great entry level Fortnite, which people love to play. I still get messages, Fortnite, Fortnite, but everybody loves these. So yeah, another Fortnite computer. This is the i5 3rd gen. I have 10 gigs of RAM on it because I had a 2 gig RAM stick lying around, and why not? So we figured we'd update that a little bit. And what I like about the Optiplex, what I've talked about in the past, is that they have the rear I/O shield. Great, makes it complete. So that's what we have. So what makes this one so much different, and if you watched the previous video, is that browsing the eBay, we found this header adapters. So typically when you do these Dell Optiplex and you try to get them running, you have to do some hacking and slashing and tapping and wiring and jumper. You do a whole, it's easy, but you have to do a whole bunch of stuff to do it. And typically one things that I've done is I take these connectors, I plug them in, tuck them away. I take the front button one out and I do some hacking and slashing and yeah. And then you have to take the USB header and just kind of tuck it away. You know, it just becomes not cumbersome. It's doable, but if you have a case that has the the side panel that you want to put a glass on it or a window on it, it could look a little tacky if you don't tuck these away right. But with this, as you can see on this, take a look at it. We have the adapter for the USB. We have the adapter for the header, for the front, for the diagnostics, so we get a hard drive light working. This right over here has the diagnostics for the power switch, the diagnostics LED, the power LED. And then by using this adapter kit from this company, Harbin Freight, definitely check them out, not sponsored, you're free to get this thing running and you have none of those annoying errors and you can get a cleaner look on your case. And that's what we're gonna be doing today. So we're gonna be putting this computer together, we'll build it, and we're gonna see how it looks when we put it together. So let me move this over here real quick. Just pop that right over here. We're gonna be using this case. I don't know if it comes up in the shot too well, but this is an old case I had lying around. Yes, DVD drive, but a lot of airflow. And then the front has a front panel, which you'll see when we complete it. And we're gonna put a little blue LED on it, just to kind of give it a nice little look. So we're gonna go right into the build, and we're gonna show off how this looks with these adapters and how you can get this Optiplex into a modern day case. No cutting, no splicing, very easy, and get a decent looking computer budget build. So we'll go ahead and do that, but just recap quick one more time. These Optiplexes, if you're looking online or if you know people, you can get these things. I've seen them on Facebook going for about 40 bucks. You get the whole computer with a hard drive. Another, what, $30, $40 for the video card. This is about $25, $20 for a solid state. So for about $150, you can get an Optiplex build, i5, 8 gigs of RAM, and you have a decent Fortnite gaming computer. So like I said, let's get into the build and we'll talk more about it as we go. All right, so computer's done. Wasn't too bad, very easy build. And I tell you what, those adapters that I bought from that company on eBay made this thing so much easier. So let's open this up and let's give you a quick look inside. So On a previous Optiplex build that I did, I actually had the one of the diagnostic LEDs things kind of hanging out over here, had the USB header and the front audio header hanging out right around here. So if we had a front window, it was gonna look real tacky. Definitely not feeling that look. So now if you take a look at it, and let's see if I could kind of give it, as you can see, all nice and clean. No extra clutter, no extra junk in the way. And our front USB works, front audio works, everything works. Our power button works. So definitely happy with it. I mean, those things, just pop them into the slots per the instructions, how they tell you to do it, and it works. And it works so much easier. I mean, look at this. This is the factory, which, oh, I unplugged it. I might end up shorting it out. Okay. This is the factory power switch that I actually plugged in. And I could turn the computer on, turn the computer off with easy. So let's go ahead and push the button. Watch. Look. Turned it right off. No cuts, no splice, no hacking. So let's go ahead and turn this thing on. Just hit it with the power button, and let's take a look. Oops, bad example. All right, let's go ahead and shut this thing down. All right, as you can see, computer's off. All right, there we can see that there's no magic behind the scenes. So we'll go ahead and power it on. All right, computer's on, and let's watch it boot. Got our lovely Dell logo, and here we go. Check it out. We're already starting to boot into Windows. No front I/O error, no power button cable failure, no nothing, no fan errors, nothing whatsoever. We're boot right into Windows, and we got this computer looking custom as we can be. So let me talk another few things about it. So the case I went with, this was actually, I did a computer, not a build, but I actually did a video about not getting scammed on buying a computer, and this was a case that was actually donated to the channel. And I've had it sitting around for 8 months. It's a cool looking case, just didn't know what I wanted to do with it. And I like that it has the blue LEDs in the front. We get that in there. So very nice looking case. Got your DVD drive, your power buttons, your USB over here, so no lights that you need to worry about. Fan in the front. Came with this Raid Max power supply, which they're pretty good. They're okay for what we're doing. It's a 500 watt and works fine. Already done some testing on it. No issues with that. To get this power supply to work, because the graphics card uses the two 6-pin PCI Express, we just went ahead and we just took some adapters, because we're not overclocking this thing, we're not doing anything heavy, and we just went ahead and just took two Molex adapters, adapted them to over here. This thing works. Played Fortnite for an hour, did a little Heaven benchmark, some AIDA 64 stress test the heck out of this thing, never cut off, no issues with that. So this power supply actually worked really good, had no issues with it. So our build worked out very well. So now to add a little flair to this thing, what I went ahead and did is I went ahead and installed a blue LED strip that I took from a friend of mine that gave me, that he was using for his cars. Went ahead and cut it, spliced it in. So if you're not subscribed or anything, take a look at some of my videos. I actually have videos on how to do this and how to wire this into the power supply if need be. Very easy, very simple. Shows you how to even find out which one's the 12-volt LED so you get this thing working. In this case, it's actually kind of cool, because you close it up like this. You can put the screws in so nobody can accidentally open it. And there you go. So now we got that nice blue LED hue, which will be a cool factor if we decide to flip this computer or whatever we decide to do with it. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. But all in all, very easy. So now you can take your Dell Optiplex, your 3010, 3090, 3020, go ahead, pop it in here, do whatever custom RGB lighting that you want to do, pop in whatever video card you want, throw in an i7 if you want to, really save some money and get some great bang for the buck. As is, this computer is actually great on Fortnite. Do a little Fortnite for about an hour, even though I don't like that game too much. I mean, solid frames. I was sitting, honestly, easy, 60 frames per second, 720p, medium to high settings, no issues. And if I crank it up, I can even get better graphics out of it. But the game looked quite amazing, so I was very happy with this budget build. All in all, I think we're into this build maybe, for anybody looking to do this, about $150, which is about average, $140 to $150, and that's including the $25 little button connector. Like I said, if you're not into that, you could do some wire splicing, do some tucking away with those old connectors, but if you're not into that, get these buttons, these adapters, they work great, and you should be good. Also, the seller has a link to how he did it, so you can actually come up with your own way of making it, 3D printing it. I don't know how people do it. So very happy with the build, very cool, very easy to do these Optiplex now with this with these type of adapters. So very cool. So comment down below, let me know what you think about these adapters, this build. I know the cable management is not the best. We're actually going to go in, we're going to do some black wire loom on it and clean it up a little bit, but I just wanted to get the video done and show that these adapters work very well. It makes customizing this so much easier, so much cleaner. So thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you like the video, subscribe if you're not, and stay tuned as we got more videos coming out. Don't know if I'm going to do another Optiplex anytime soon, unless you guys request it, and we'll see what we come up with next.